Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Bonefire Tarot by Gabby Angus West. There is a website. It is schifferbooks.com. So if you want to find this artist, other things, I think they have other things on there. I don't know if I've gone on this website all of a sudden. But anyway, if you want to search that out, there's the information. Supportive Oracle cards. Magical Spell Cards by Lucy Cavendish, illustrated by Jesse Reish. There is a website, turns out. I just apparently didn't see it. Hayhouse.com, HAYHOUSE.com. It's a deck from 2002, though. You might have to Google Hay House. I'm confident they're still around, but their website might be different than it used to be. I mean, it's 2002, right? That's it? Okay. You got a bunch of tarot cards starting right off. I notice what's leading into this whole situation is like something came to a head and justice was served. I feel like something, bam, came right to a head. Justice was served. I see this card ended up on your side, so I'm seeing that going to your favor. So like you were on the good side here. Six of Coins, the Hermit, and Eight of Cups. Something came to a head. Justice was served. I'm kind of feeling like I gave a little more to this situation after that. But then I kind of thought, you know what? Now that justice has been served, maybe I'm done. Because I'm getting that Hermit with the Eight of Cups. Like, justice was served. I keep getting that. There must be something I'm missing with it. Because the Six of Coins comes in, that's kind of like I balanced it out. Like once justice was served, I'm kind of like, well, let me see what's left. Okay, that's what's left. And then I'm like, you know what? I think I don't want to be here for another round of this. I don't want to go for another. I don't want to get involved in another game. It's kind of like I just finished a board game of Monopoly, and it's like I don't want to start another board game of Monopoly. It's kind of what I'm feeling. Like I don't want to start that game again. It takes half my life. And we just finished one. I'm not looking to start another one. So I'm thinking I'm going to leave. This seems to be, because Divine Guidance, I do get this, like, that ball going down the river here. Kind of like I'm taking my ball and I'm going somewhere else. And I do feel like this is the smart decision. In the sense of, like, yeah, justice worked out in your favor this time. But it's kind of like, you know, we got new factors coming in with this next round, and there's no guarantee justice will be served again, at least not in your favor. So you're taking a moment here, kind of like I'm not into doing this again. Bye. You got Judgment coming here again. I like this. Justice, Judgment. Your energy's coming in very strong to something else. Are you adding in, or are they pulling you in? You're adding in. Alright, so you're adding into something else. You're making somebody nervous. I'm getting the Judgment with the Moon. Your energy's coming in very strong. See, you left one situation, you're like, yeah, justice went in my favor that time, but I'm not sticking around to see if it's going to happen again. I'm good. You're going into a whole nother situation. But you're very realistic. I mean, Aquarians seem to be very realistic. Kind of like, this is going to have this issue. Like, every situation has something to be dealt with. You're not expecting, like, you know, skipping down the street singing songs about this. You're like, all right, looks good. Looks worthwhile. I got to get into it. I got to figure out what's really going on behind the scenes here. That's how this works. I got to just find out. Looks good on the outside. Let's find out what's going on the inside. It kind of reminds me like when you look at somebody and you're like, well, they look good. They look really healthy, but then you find out they have high cholesterol, bad blood pressure, you know, cancer, history of cancer. Like, they look great. They look wonderful, but like what's going on inside the body? That's kind of what I'm feeling. And I'm getting there's a nervous energy here. Like, yeah, there's a lot of problems. Whatever you're going into, there's a lot of problems. A challenge is not going to scare you. It depends on what, you know, is this a challenge that can be corrected? Can we do something with it? Can we make it better? Or is this just kind of like, the ship has a pretty bad leak, it's just how long before it sinks? That's the question. What do we really got going on here? And people are nervous because they're like, they know they're not doing exactly what they should be doing. They could be doing better. And they're thinking, oh, the Aquarius is probably going to call me out on this. This person just looks like they're going to call me out on this. They're nervous. There's a nervous energy. You're coming in with a presence. Your presence is preceding you. Like, they're like, oh, they're going to call me out. I know they're going to call me out. You come in with the Knight of Wands, though, and the Knight of Cups. Yeah, I saw that. Yep, that's not right. We can't keep doing that, but I know you can fix it, and I got faith in you, and here's where you can start. You're not coming in like you were wrong, and you were wrong, and you were wrong, and guess what? Looking at you, I can tell you're wrong just by looking at you. You're not doing that. What you're doing is saying, oh, okay, I came in and I looked at that, and that's a little bit off-center, but I can see if you two work together, you can kind of put that where it's supposed to be. That's all messed up, and that needs to be organized. And I know that that person and that person are good at that. So if you two get together, I'm feeling that could be something that can be done very well, and it can stay where it's supposed to be. You're not just saying this is wrong and that is wrong. You're like, hey, I see that this could be going better, and I suggest you two do that, and you do this, and I'll help with that. I'll do this one with you. You're kind of like putting things in motion. Like, this can go better, and we're going to do it, and I'm going to help, and this is where we need to start. You're giving direction. It still makes people nervous, but that nervousness, I think at this point anyway, is going to your advantage. Kind of like, all right, let's just work with the Aquarius and just see if this settles out and see if this goes better. So you're getting a good energy here in the beginning. I do feel like at this point in the game anyway, you got the King of Cups. You're helping people get this back in line, and you are pointing out what's wrong, but you're also giving direction on how to fix it. I don't see you blaming. You're new to this. I don't see you blaming. I just see you saying, that's not quite good. This is how we need to fix it. Let's just do it. And that's how you're handling it. There will be a point at some time where you have to kind of find out, at least for yourself, like, how did that get there? You're going to need to know that. And then you'll decide what you need to do with that information. Clearly, I mean, you're going to need to know why it is where it is. True. But what you do with that information is very subjective to what you find and what you feel will keep it going where it needs to be. Because you're not about backtracking. I do feel like the information comes in later. And it's kind of like, you know, I see the fox in the henhouse. It's like after we fix things, I see the fox in the henhouse. And you're like, okay, I see why this got so far off. I see why this was a problem. I see the fox in the henhouse. Now I got to keep an eye on that fox. I got to keep that fox at least over in a spot where I can block them from hurting the hens. I got to keep that fox from being a problem. You get the courage here, and I think it's because I can't just like I can't just go after the fox. That's going to cause, like, if I start chasing the fox around the henhouse, we could have a lot of other damage here, and it's just not gonna work. So I gotta bide my time. I gotta learn more about this fox, because I'm like, okay, I see the fox is in the hen house. How is the fox getting in the hen house? How are they doing this? And what's the motive here? I mean, besides wanting to get the hens, like why isn't the fox going somewhere else? I mean, it's clearly not that easy for them to attack the hens now that I'm here and I'm doing this. It's not as easy for them, but they're still hanging out. They're still waiting for their opportunity. Why is this so important to them? Why don't they just go somewhere else and get some other hen house? You're going to figure it out. That's not really shocking, but I feel like you're going to get a lot deeper with it. This fox in the hen house, I keep getting the fox in the hen house, the fox in the hen house. It's acting like it's not. It's trying to play it off like, no, I'm not really a fox. Not really. I'm a soft, harmless kitty that is vegetarian. Like, I feel like it's playing off like that way. Like, no, I'm completely harmless. I just eat donuts or something, like something foolish. Like, you're kind of like, no, I see ya. I can't call you out right now because I think it's a problem, but you're like, no, I see ya. Yo, you just eat donuts. Yeah, sure you do. Yeah, sure, fox. That's all you eat. it's resting, it's waiting. It's waiting. It feels like it's waiting. And it's the Four of Swords that talks about healing, right? But it also talks about waiting. It's waiting for its moment. I feel this fox in the hen house. Waiting. It is waiting. You got the last two cards here are the Seven of Cups and the Fertility. I got to use that fox to my advantage. It's almost like I have other problems in this situation, not just the fox. But I think what I'm looking at this... Oh, this might sound... I don't know how this is going to sound. It might sound dirty in like an unscrupulous way. But it's kind of like, all right, that fox is here. It's caused problems before, but I got other problems over there. And I might be able to use that fox as bait for those other problems and maybe take care of two problems with one effort here. Because I feel like I'm kind of like that fox. I don't like that fox. I don't really want that fox hanging out, but I got to be careful how I deal with it. But the ideas here with the Seven of Cups and the Fertility is kind of like, you know what? Since that fox is here anyway, that dog causes some problems. But if I kind of trick that fox outside, maybe I can get that dog to go after the fox and maybe get that fox out of this yard too. I can lock that fox or lock that dog out of here by using the fox as bait. And maybe I can get rid of, take care of two problems with one solution. And if the dog gets the fox, well, that's no more fox problem, I guess. So there you go. That's why I'm feeling like it could be a little unscrupulous or maybe a little bit, but then again, it's like the fox plays by the fox's rules. You got to play by your rules. Because I feel like that's what's going on here with the Fertility and the Seven of Cups. Kind of like, all right, fox, you like to play dirty. I know who you are. If that's what I need to do to get rid of you and keep you from harming these hens, because I need my hens, so be it. I can play by those rules. I don't know. It sounds unscrupulous, and I'm just like, I don't know what to say about it. But sometimes you got to play by your own rules. You have to decide what you think is appropriate, and I fully get that with whoever you are, be an Aquarius or somebody else. When you're feeling this information, you're going to know what you think is acceptable, and you're going to go by your own rules, and you're going to make that work. So I'm almost getting like, you're going to use the fox's own tactics against them. That's what I'm getting. Whoever that fox is, you're using their own tactics against them. That seems fair. And that's how you're going to solve this. I do feel like that's how you're going to solve this. Anything else? All right, that's what I got. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.